All right, we're going to be kicking off our Valorant Alpha match for this week. This is going to be our last week before the playoffs, so let's see if we can get a strong finish in from the Lone Tree Eagles Alpha Valorant team. Just a reminder, this is a gold division, so hopefully we can get some good games in. We're going to be playing on Ascent. The Lone Tree Eagles are going to be starting off on defense, and then we're going to be running against an attack. A little breakdown of our comps. So Lone Tree Eagles are going to be running a Brimstone, Jet, Reyna, Killjoy, and Sky. So we are running the smoke, so this is going to be a very crucial comp. A lot of it's going to depend on our use of the Killjoy utility to defend the B site. Killjoy's got a lot of really oppressive utility, like a turret that just auto-aims onto people, and some remote-controlled Molotovs that are going to be very hard for the attackers to try to push through on B. And then on A, we're going to be looking to see the use of our Brimstone smokes along with the Reyna utility with her blind to try to control space. And then on attack, they're going to be running a Fade, KO, a Chamber, Killjoy, and an Astra. So weirdly, they're not running a single duelist, which means that they're going to be running a fairly defensive comp, but also a comp that's mainly based on the use of blind. So could be interesting to see how their comp works, but let's see how this looks off. Looks like we might be having some technical difficulties, so let's go ahead and try to figure that out first. Alright, so while we're having these technical difficulties, I'll just provide a little bit of analysis on probably how the Lone Tree Eagles are going to want to hold on these sites. If I had to give a guess, I'd say that the Killjoy and the Reyna are going to be holding on to that B site. That B area has this one area called Belt, and Belt can be very difficult to rush through, but it's also crucial to take if you're on the attack side. And so once we do get into round, I'll be able to elaborate further. But essentially, there's a corridor on B that's really hard to hold, really hard to push through. But if you do push through it, the round's basically won. So we're gonna look to see if the Lone Tree Eagles can hold on to that B site by using this Killjoy utility. Right, and so if you look to the bottom of your screen right now, you can see those three abilities, one bound to C, one bound to Q, and one bound to E. E is the turret. That turret's going to be really useful for holding on to B, but that C ability is going to be even stronger, basically denying a lot of free space, because if you walk into that area, you're going to take a lot of damage really fast. Meanwhile, if we look over to J-Bicky, that first ability bound to see that eye is going to be his blind, and that buys a lot of time and makes it so Jake is going to be able to re-enter site quickly. If we do give it up for any reason because we want to play on a retake with our team, then we'll have to see how that works out. Starting off in that first round, obviously it's going to be the pistol round. Pistols are going to be the only guns that anyone's going to be able to afford. Looks like most of our team's going to be running a Ghost, same with their team. The Ghost has that one-tap potential, however, the Classic, which is the other gun, the smaller pistol that you can see, that Classic has that right-click, and when you press that right-click, it acts like a shotgun burst. It's really good for close-quarters combat, whereas the Ghost is better for more mid to long ranges. Alright, looks like we got the issues figured out, and now looks like Lone Tree is going to be funneling in more toward that B site. Makes sense, B can be a lot harder to retake, so we want to make sure it's more defended. Meanwhile, we have only the Jet and the Brimstone holding onto A.
Careful.
That smoke's going to be strong to defend from the inevitable attack onto A, and then Jet's going to be a really strong early pick and then get out with that dash. But looks like we can hear people onto A, and so if I were the Lone Tree Eagles, you just want to kind of give up sight right here, right now. Giving up sight gives us the opportunity to let our team rotate and then come in. Alright, so, they've taken sight, but Zach already grabs the pick, pushing through. It's going to be hard for them to set up fully. They're getting bombed down. Zach pushing up. Solar Fox gets the trade. J-Bicky and, what's her name pushing up? Radiation grabs another kill. Zach pushing up, and he gets them all. Really well done retake from the Lone Tree Eagles. Radiation Coach Zach grabs 3 for himself. Alright, and so now if you're the Lone Tree Eagles, you're going to want to be able to force. This is going to be our buy round. We're going to try to buy some Spectres and maybe potentially a Vandal, but most likely just Spectre full shield. This will give us a huge advantage over Draper's team here. And those Spectres and that Bulldog that Solar Fox is buying are going to be way higher damage per second than any kind of pistol that Draper's team might buy. So this should be a fairly easy win for Lone Tree. And so now this area where Radiation's stationed at, this is the belt area I was referring to earlier, but it looks like Draper's going to try their best to take this, but Jay Bicky pushing up immediately grabs 2. Really well done. They do get suppressed, but it doesn't really matter. 5 lives pushing up, grabbing another Radiation. Pushes up, oh, and Jay Bicky for another 3-piece on his own. Really well done from the Lone Tree Eagles. Again, that goes back to what I was talking about with Spectres and the Bulldogs. They have so much more damage per second than any kind of pistol. So that's a free round for us. We can just push up for free and take virtually no damage, whereas we just gun them down for free. Now, going into this next round, Draper's going to be looking to buy full setups, so that includes those Vandals and Phantoms, where this is going to be our bonus round. We already won a round, and no one died, so we get to reuse the same guns and save some money along the way. If Lone Tree can win this here, that'd be a huge momentum shifter. Alright, so Jay Bicky turning his early pick. Ooh, Solar Fox grabs 1. Really well done with Jay Bicky, and Solar Fox did a really good job to play off their contact. And now they're just kind of holding on to this area here. 5 lives. Ooh, gets gunned down by that wall bang. Really unlucky. But Coach Zach's going to be holding here. Looks like we're going to be seeing a Draper rotate from this. Their KO is going to be searching behind, trying to watch this flank. We don't have anyone flanking, though, so it's just kind of a waste of time. Zach wants to be covering this mid area. He's playing very safe with his jump peek. Getting a bit of a rotate back. Looks like Draper's just kind of stalling out in front of A. Not being super decisive. But now they're going to slowly start taking this rotate. However, they are going to be pushing that cat area, and we do have Jake stationed out here holding cat. Jake hears it. He knows. He's calling it out. Now we're getting a bit of a rotate. But Jake holding here is most likely going to be poised for a trade. Nice, huge kill by Jake. Rotating out. Getting a lot of really good damage in, but he's getting sprayed out. He needs some help. Zach, and there it is, Zach coming to the rescue.
One enemy remaining.
Gets the trade. Very well done. And now it's just up to... Jake is taken out, but Solar Fox pushes up. That's Ethan closing out the rounds for a clean 3-0. That is really well done by the Lone Tree Eagles. That does wonders for us. Now, we won on their buy round, which forces them to either force with some Spectres, which looks like some of them might be doing. But on the other hand, we also might be seeing them take a save round, which I would advise. If I were Draper, I would take for this to be a save round, which it looks like they're going to end up doing outside of their Killjoy for some reason. But yeah, this goes back to that idea of this defense. It's like Ascent is a very attack-heavy map in general, and it looks like they're gonna be trying to be pushing through onto B. But you see that utility that Daniel's placed down. That turret really impressive, and Zach is just covering this really close angle. Daniel grabs the kill. Zach pushing up, grabs that other one. Zach wants to be aggressive. He's getting the pop flash. Ooh, he sees one. Oh, and Ethan's getting across. Ethan and Zach come in together, really get a lot of power in by pinching. By pushing in to this area around. Oh, looks like we're going to be having a technical issue. So, but if you look to the map here, if you can see my cursor, by having their push go through B main, if we have Coach Zach here pushing in through main, and then we have Ethan coming in through catwalk this way, we're actually able to pinch them, force them into a corner, and that trap is really hard for them to break through. They have to kind of split their direction into two different ways, whereas our players only have to look into one direction, and that pinch makes it easy for us to get all of them without dropping a single one. And so now Lone Tree Eagles are looking into a 4-0 lead going into this next round. Only our kill leader is going to be Coach Zach with 7-1, whereas their kill leader is going to be Mikasa running at a 2-4. So the tech pause is over, and now it looks like they're going to be pushing onto the A site. But we have Ethan and Jake, dynamic duelist duo, running over here.
There.
And then if you look to the mini-map, you can also see Coach Zach and Daniel holding onto B with Andrew holding onto that mid area. And Jake, ooh, their chamber is kind of tempting fate. They do get knifed, but that doesn't really mean much because they're just going to waste that utility. They just get to back out. You know, Andrew does take some damage, but that smoke's really good. Ooh, he gets sprayed out, very unlucky. But now it looks like they're probably going to want to try to take a push through mid. But if you look, Jake has this ult active. He wants to grab a kill. This ult makes it very snowball heavy. He wants to grab a pick and then continue. Roll with it. They know there's people here. And Jake, there we go. That's his one.
Spike down mid.
Ooh. Coach Zach is taken out, but Jake gets some damage. Ooh, he also gets taken out. That's very unfortunate. We have Daniel holding mid. We also have Ethan who wants to try to push through here. It doesn't get suppressed. Does look like they're going to take the rotate to B, which is exactly what Daniel wants. Daniel has his utility set up for this area. This is perfect for him. Watches. They're taking the push. They're going kind of
30
slow.
seconds left.
Daniel pops his utility, but just that chamber
Spike down,
comes in totally haphazardly.
Player standing.
And this KO, sees the gun. Daniel has to peek out. Daniel's in a bit of a duel. Daniel,
standing.
Absolutely better. Gets the kill. And last one. Daniel comes in really clutch for that 3-piece. Again, this goes back to what I was talking about at the beginning of the match. Killjoy holding on to B site is very oppressive. It's really hard to try to push in aggressive against this turret. It's really hard to push in aggressive against that alarm bot. It's really hard to try to counter those mollies. These Molotovs that Daniel placed down totally denied this area over here, this belt area where my cursor is. And so Daniel only needs to focus on this side, and so he knows exactly where that chaos coming in from, gets the free kill. He knows exactly where that fade in eventually comes in, gets the other kill. Looks like they're going to be tempting fate again, trying to rush onto that B side, but Jake gets the trade. We do want to take that. Now, Ethan's going to be pushing for the flank. Meanwhile, we also have Andrew. Nice shot from Andrew.
Spike down mid.
And that's bomb down. That is really good for us. Zach also has an operator here. They have this bomb. With bomb down, there's not much that Draper can really do here. The only thing they can really do is try to push flank, but we've already set up. It's going to be very difficult. They're basically pinched right now. We have Daniel
One enemy remaining.
and then we have Zach and Andrew and Ethan coming in from tiles. That makes another easy win for the Lone Tree Eagles. All right. Now going into this next round, let's do a little bit of analysis of their ego. That was a bit of a half force from Draper. Now is going to be their actual buy round. They're going to be buying full setups. Lone Tree hasn't really been dying in a long time. Crucially, look at Daniel, 0 deaths. He's holding down on B side. Daniel's doing a great job today. Meanwhile, the rest of our team getting some frags, getting really crucial picks. Coach Zach's going to look to early peek, maybe grab a pick with this op, and completely diffs that chamber. Zach's better. Zach getting a little overzealous, pushing up in this area. He's getting a lot of utility out here. And they actually waste their ultimate from Fade. They get this site from really for free.
You are divided.
And Ethan grabs the pick. Ethan's coming in the flank. Ethan gets another one. Breaks the turret. Gets a lot of damage in, and that's all for Daniel for the last one. Nice. Really good retake from the Lone Tree Eagles. Crazily, it looks like Draper uses 4 ults that rounds. They pop the K ult, they pop the Fade ult, they pop the Astral Wall, and they use the Chamber op, all of which give them nothing. So that's a really hard loss if you're Draper. That's 4 ultimates used and a buy round. So that is a momentum killer. Looks like they're gonna have to take another force here. They have to end our streak here if they want a chance of it coming back. Otherwise, this might look to be a perfect half from the Lone Tree Eagles. All right, looks like they're gonna be running back onto the B site. They're setting up. Ooh, get the blind off. Zach unfortunately doesn't get the kill. Holding this tight angle with op. Gets the shot. Zach's better. He's holding up. Wants to pull back. He might be able to wall bang this ult, but doesn't decide it. I don't think he's gonna be able to save himself from this Killjoy ult. Unfortunately, Jake goes down. Daniel. Ooh, Daniel gets the conversion. Gets 2 kills just for himself. KO pushes off the site. But Daniel's better. Grabs his 3-piece. Really well done from Lone Tree Eagles. Again, I'm going to draw attention to Daniel. He's playing so well on this B side, controlling space so well. He's at 0 deaths still. 8 kills and 0 deaths. Really well done. I like how Daniel's playing. He's holding space really well. And B site is basically impossible to take because of how Daniel's using his utility. He's controlling space. He's using this turret, which completely blocks off this entire area where Daniel's standing right here. Then he has this alarm block combined with those Molotovs that also blocks off this belt area where Daniel's standing now. And so that makes it really hard for them to push. And so, ooh, it looks like they're going to be running up to the A site this time with some people going mid. So watch the minimap to see how that fight goes against KO. But it looks like they are going to inevitably be pushing onto this A site. Jake grabs a killing transition, forces the teleport out.
Careful.
And now they're kind of just holding this area here. Ooh, that op shot does go a little wide. Flash doesn't catch someone, and Zach gets the lateral. Grabs 2 for himself. Wants to do another flash. He wants another one. He sees him. Oh, slightly whiff, but they have the shotgun. Unfortunate. Zach goes down. But there you go. Andrew's right there to grab the final kill, making this a 9-0 lead for the Lone Tree Eagles. Now, if you look to the eco of our teams, Lone Tree has a lot of money. Meanwhile, we look into Draper. They're kind of looking at their scraps. They're saying, okay, we have 2,000 here and there. Let's try to bring some money together, get some buys going. Their top frag here, their Fade, has not been able to buy a real setup in over the last 3 rounds. They've just been forcing Spectre, forcing Stinger, forcing anything they can. Meanwhile, we've just been early peeking again and again and again. And, ooh, unfortunately, Ethan doesn't grab the kill, but it does look like they will commit to this A again. Chamber's pushing onto site. Looks like their entire team is going to start committing. Ethan does do the smart play and not really commit. He plays. Oh, Chamber does see Ethan do that double up draft. Gets caught out. Zach here does have a flank. Can be really solid. Zach can take care of this KO. It's going to be really good for us. And unfortunately, Zach does get taken out. All right, looks like this is going to be a hard take, but Daniel decided it is worth it to use this Killjoy utility. And this, ooh, looks like this Astra's gonna be forced out. Ooh. But, oh, Andrew does grab one. This could be the perfect opportunity for us to push out on the site. One's underneath in hell. Oh, they didn't clear the corner. But, Andrew might be able to grab another. But, yeah, no. Crucially, they don't clear this corner, and it makes it so Astra's able to grab 3 kills for their team, and that does ruin our perfect half. However, if you're the Lone Tree Eagles, it's not too bad. Like, we do use a lot of ultimates there, and we'd like to win there. We use 4 ults, and we're not able to convert that into a win, but we still have a lot of money to work from. Draper also is able to buy, but they're gonna have some players without full shields, and right now we're kind of looking at a bit of a halt in momentum. So both teams are relatively even, but Draper does have this KO ult utility, and they're gonna want to push hard onto B. This KO ult does make Daniel's utility basically useless, so Daniel's not able to grab anything. So Daniel and Zach go down quick. So right now, if you're Lone Tree, you just want to grab some kills and get out and just try to save some guns. But ideally, if they do push up aggressive, then Lone Tree might actually be able to get so Jake and Ethan, dynamic duo, pushing aggressive. Oh, Ethan, nice shot. Unfortunately, does go down, but Jake's right there with him. And ooh, gets the kill while he's blind. Unfortunate kill, unfortunate death if you're Jake. But now looking into the last round for the half. And Drapers has been able to convert the last 2 rounds, has been able to focus up, kind of play really hard and aggressive. They realize that KO is going to be that really crucial point of attack on B. KO is able to take out a lot of Daniel's utility and make it so they're able to push on without having to deal with that turret, without having to deal with that bot or those mollies. So looks like they might be able to bring something out at the end. So now it looks like they're going to be running it back onto the A site. Doesn't actually catch anyone with that utility, so Ethan gets to just kind of play up here. But instead Ethan just decides to break that door. That's going to be really smart for that retake. Prevents Draper from just kind of walking down the site. Zach is able to clear the corner, but now they're going to run this wall. And so, ooh, Zach's playing aggressive. Zach wants this push, but they have that wall going. They're going to get bombed down. Bait ult is used. They kind of want to just wait for this wall because they know someone's going to be underneath, and if people are in that hell area, it's going to be really hard to take. Zach gets the line, gets the kill. Nice. Now they have to clear heaven. Nice shots from Zach. There's one more now. Nice, good clears. I like how Lynchry was able to take that retake. They're playing really aggressive. As soon as that wall goes down, they just run out. They clear the corners, make sure no one's hiding there, because that last time, if you remember about 3 rounds ago, that Astra was sitting in that hell area and was able to get 3 because we don't clear our corners. And so you see that adaptability come through from Lone Tree. They got burned by that one time. Now they want to adapt. They make sure to clear that corner this time rather than messing up and potentially losing another round for that. All right, so now we're switching onto that attack side. Notice that the Lone Tree is now going to be represented in red. Meanwhile, Draper is now going to be represented in blue. Daniel messing around with his sprays a little. Looks like we're going to be running onto B, and so this is going to be a hard take because Draper also has this Killjoy. And so if you look to the minimap, you can see all of her utility placed around. It's going to be hard for Lone Tree to push through that. But if we're able to push through aggressive with these flashes, it is still very hard. So now Zach pushes on aggressive. They actually waste a lot of that Killjoy util very early. Daniel goes down, but Andrew's able to find one for himself. And ooh, Chamber grabs another. Chamber pushing on. Ooh, Andrew's able to get that kill. Now we have sight. Ooh, unfortunately Zach goes down. But, ooh, wow. Jake does grab another. Does have a lot of health now because he grabbed that overheal. And so now it's just Jake against the world.
One enemy remaining.
Grabs the kill and gets the overheal. He has a lot of the major advantage here. Ooh, but he's a little getting a little cocky, pushing aggressive when you probably prefer to just wait. But we're kind of at a bit of a standstill. Jake knows that this KO's in this corner. All he's doing is trying to cover the rotate. He wants to wait for that KO to either try to push him or get the white swing. And unfortunately, KO is patient, doesn't really go for anything crazy, and is able to grab the first win of this half. And so now going back to, if you remember at the beginning, if you win that pistol round, you're going to want to force. So if you look to the guns, the Draper team looks to buy full setups. They go for Spectres, Bulldogs, Judges. The Judge indicates to me that they probably want to have that Astra playing in a close corner, just kind of waiting for us to rush and then just gun him down with the shotgun. And meanwhile, we're just running some fairly cheap guns still on pistols. We want to win this round on an eco, just with nothing with pistols, or we just want to die and be able to buy next round. So it looks like Zach is running a lurk onto B. He wants to just watch for util. Ooh, gets the dink. That's some good damage out. Gets rid of the turret. And now we're probably gonna see a lot of this util used by their killjoys. So this can make it really easy for us to get the rotate. Ooh, Ethan does see that person. Oh, okay. Finally is able to get the kill, but someone's flanking. They do have that Astra playing behind on that cat area.
One enemy remaining.
And unfortunately, Zach goes down, and now it's just up to Jake. Jake has this flank here. If he can grab any kills, that is huge for us. Makes it so it's harder for them to buy next round. Jake this close. Oh, whiffs the shots, unfortunately. But again, if you're Lone Tree, you're okay to lose that round. You got 2 kills, and it's their bye. So now that kind of hurts their eco slightly. But in general, we're okay with that because now we can buy our full setups and hopefully play aggressive and grab the win here. Alright, so it looks like, again, we're going to be challenging onto this B site. It's going to be hard because of that Killjoy utility I was talking about earlier. But if you play hard and fast, Killjoy's the only person over here. So, theoretically, if you just rush down really quickly, then that Killjoy utility doesn't really do much for you. Oh, but the chamber is here too as well. Alright, we're right now just wasting Killjoy utility. This is great for us. But Ethan has pushed up really hard. He's already on site. And they didn't even want to challenge him. And now we just get a free setup. We just get to be on the site for free. Ethan does notice the chamber crossed, but
Spike down B.
right now, Ethan got the kill. That's really big. But he ends up getting stunned. Jake goes down as well. And it's just Ethan. He gets shotgun down. And that goes to another round for Draper. Alright, so now if you're a Lone Tree, that's not really a good thing for us. We want to go for another save, probably. Probably just buy some guns, maybe a sheriff, if you can see. We want to be able to buy next round for sure, because next round is the momentum out there. If we can win next, then it's winnable. Right here, all we're doing, again, is just to grab some kills and stall. We just want to waste some of their utility, waste some of their guns. And looks like we're going to be running a bit of a split push. The guys over on A want to make some noise, potentially ruin their, potentially grab a pick or two. And then meanwhile, these guys on B have the spike, and they're just going to be playing slow over here on this tiles area. Ooh, Zach's kind of challenging this Astra here. He wants to force something out. Zach really aggressive here. Zach, nice shot. That's unfortunately that chamber does grab one, but if you're Zach, that's still not too bad for you. You grab a pick on your save round, and so right now we're just trying to potentially grab some kills. Oh, I don't know. Pushing onto this B with that turret there is going to be really hard. He can easily kill Daniel. Alright, so right now we're a bit of a standstill. That chamber did cross over here playing on this area outside Cat. And now, hopefully that chamber peaks, but nice shot, Jake. Really good shot. So Jake does get the overheal.
30
Now he
seconds
just wants
left.
to push up, try to get the punish. Ooh, that fade's gonna come up. Nice shots. Right now, this is really good. Jake is just getting these eco frags. He only spent $800 for this gun, or 800 credits for this gun, and now is able to grab 2 exits. That's solid. He wants to be able to grab this Vandal.
10 seconds left.
This Phantom, sorry. And now he probably just wants to save. Point just wants to save. He can save this gun. That's super valuable. And now that can also help it, so he can buy someone else a gun next round, and we can take it. So this is the round that we want to win. All right. So yep, look and see. Everyone buys their full setups. Jake does have a little extra money because he got that free gun from that last kill. And now Lone Tree Eagles are potentially in the realm of getting a bit of a comeback against them, but they're pushing on to B. They want to be able to take out this Killjoy utility hard and fast. Ideally, if we had a KO, it would have been a little more easy for us to deal with them, but it's nothing you still can't win. Alright, so Zach doesn't find anyone with his flushes in the early peak. Crucially, he does break these bombs. That's actually really good for us. Now, Ethan pushing on, clearing corners. They just have sight for free. Jake grabs a kill. Very nice job. Now we have free sight. So now, if you're a Lone Tree, we just want to play space. There's one in market, we've noticed, and Daniel's playing this really close game. Potentially could be a game changer for grabbing this kill onto Astra. Yeah, like I was saying, that was a really good position. Daniel grabs another kill. Wow. absolutely really good. And then there you go. That's Andrew getting another one.
Here.
And now last one is going to be pushing through market. And that's, ooh. Ethan does get domed, but Andrew's pushing this corner. Zach's playing aggressive. Zach and Andrew come together, combine up for that win. Now we're looking at 11-6. Remember, this game is a first to 13 unless both teams end up at 12, in which case we're going to be running into overtime. So right now, if Lone Tree takes that win, converts it into a bit of a momentum shifter, we get 2 more wins on the board, it's over. But if somehow we let Draper grab 6 more wins and then we only end up winning 1 over the course of the next 7 rounds, we're going to be going into overtime. This game will end up going the distance, but hopefully it'll be actually a good spot for us. It looks like Lone Tree is going to be taking the switch onto A. Running it back on B would be a little predictable now that they have a chamber set up there as well. It's going to be really aggressive, hard to go through. Okay. Dog notices there's an Astro backside, but they don't see that KO on site. Ethan pushes up way aggressive. So good. Does grab a kill. We do get a trade, and then, yeah, now we're totally even. That's really good for us. And we also used our jellyfish utility. And so we know that most of them are going to be playing this heaven area. We don't notice this chamber who crosses, though. Unfortunately, Zach gets caught.
1 enemy remaining.
This chamber pushing up aggressive makes it really hard. Daniel grabs one. Unfortunately, Daniel also goes down, giving them 1 round. But oof. Like, if you're Zach right now, you're kind of angry because that chamber walked out. He didn't notice him because of just how that line of sight works out. And unfortunately, you go down even though if you knew where he was, you probably could have got that kill because he was pushing up so aggressive. But the line of sight just didn't work out for it, and Zach drops, and then all the other dominoes fall into place after that. So now, hopefully, we're going to look to switch it up. We're going to go back to B. This could be a good thing, but you notice that there's 2 people playing like pretty close to B, and then there's that chamber really close. This could be a hard take for us, especially because we have to deal with that Killjoy utility, but should be okay. All right, so Zach clearing his corners, knows Killjoy's probably hanging out there. They're wasting the utility right now. They can afford to wait here. Ethan pushes up aggressive that enter. Ethan wants to be able to hopefully save half buy. Some of us we have some Vandals, we have some Bulldogs, but we also have some pistols. So ideally we can, again, this one you're okay to lose, but you want to be able to just grab these. Nice, that's very crucial. We take out that chamber. Now's our chance to push it. Ethan playing aggressive, wants to grab this. Nice, that is a perfect kill for us. We're taking a lot of space, but they have this Odin guy here. They just want to catch him out. He didn't get blinded. That gets that blind. That's really good. Huge kill. Ooh, but that Killjoy's right there. And, oh my god, those kills happen really quick. But Andrew's able to push up, take care of that Killjoy, and Daniel set up on site. He's able to get that last kill onto the fade. Now we've at the bare minimum guaranteed ourselves overtime. But ideally, we can win right here, right now. It's match point. If you're Lone Tree, you want to close it out here because of that comeback potential. But right now, if you look to the eco, this is also one we want to close out right now because if we lose this, we'll have to take at least 1 or 2 save rounds just so we can continue to buy. Whereas if you're Draper can buy for this round and next for sure. So it looks like we're going to be taking that B. Again, the name of the game is dealing with that Killjoy utility, right? And also trying to cash out this chamber really early. He has his teleport available, but if you want to bait that teleport out early, you get to save a lot of utility. And unfortunately, Zach goes down, but Andrew's able to get that get that trade. And so Ethan playing super aggressive, but doesn't notice that KO holding in main. That's really unfortunate. And ooh, this Astra's playing up here. Yeah, this Astra and KO got a really solid cross on us, cornered us into, kind of trapped us in that tree area, and that's another win for Draper. All right, now look to our eco. And yeah, again, like I was talking earlier, if we lost that one, we can't really buy. It looks like 2 of us are going to be buying because we have the money for it. But at the top, we have Zach, Jake, and Ethan that are all going to be saving. Going to just be buying a pistol, so they're able to buy next round. Crucially, like again, this is another round where if you're a lone tree, you're okay to lose it because you can buy next, but you want to take some people down with you, or you want to just do your very best. Like, winning here would be really crucial, and because you win the game overall. But if you lose here, you want to take some people down with you. Otherwise, it's going to be really hard for the next few rounds. All right, looks like they're going to be pushing up through this cat area. We have a guardian. We have a guardian and a phantom, which does make it so we do have a known win condition here. Ash just pushing up. We want to get this take out. Nice. That's really solid. Now we have this. Ooh, watch this chamber pushing up. And Zach is contesting him. And yes, Ethan's right there with that sheriff. He takes it and takes him down. And now Ethan can push up, grab this vandal. And this is looking really good for a lone true. We got some eco frags in. Now we're able to grab those guns. And now we're almost at even. Oh, but right as I say that, that KO just pushes up with that Odin and just guns us down. That's a really, if you're a lone tree, you're really pissed at that, because just because that KO just guns you down in an area you can't really run from, you die. Even though, like that again, that Odin, it's really easy to just get free value from that. You just shoot it into a wall, you just shoot into a corridor, and your entire team gets taken out. All right, so again, that last one was okay to lose. We are able to buy this round, and we're going to be able to take it into a B push. Chamber is going to be holding onto site, so it's going to be, we're going to hopefully have Lone Tree clear that corner. Chamber uses his TP early, so if Lone Tree rushes onto site, we can take out Chamber really easy. But, and ooh, nice. Daniel uses his utility. Unfortunately, Chamber does get one, but we get the trade out, so it's not too bad. We can deal with that. Nice. Ethan grabs another one. Now look to Coach Zach. He's going to be holding this area. Ethan and Coach Zach are just covering this CT area, which is where most of them are pulling up. However, look to the mini-map, you do see this Fade pushing this market area, but Ethan's right there. Ethan plays aggressive. Nice. Grabs that kill. And ooh, unfortunately, Ethan goes down, but he grabbed his value. He grabbed his utility. Now, you just want to see, how does this work? They're going to be most likely running into that belt area. Jake uses his ult, grabs the kill, and that's the last one. Jake closes it out with another 3-piece to grab the leader. And that's the end of the game. Lone Tree Eagles win 13-10. And we're able to stave off a potential rally to the end by Draper. That was a pretty close game all told, so that's really impressive from the Lone Tree Eagles to be able to adapt. Even after losing like 6 rounds in a row, Lone Tree is able to hold on to that, keep our mentals in line, and able to grab the win in kind of a late game overall. But again, congratulations to the Lone Tree Eagles, and also congratulations to Draper for putting up such a good fight. That was a pretty exciting game all told. So thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I did. And if you're looking for some more Valorant content, we have some of our Twitch VODs from the last few weeks still available. The Lone Tree Eagles Bravo team played yesterday. And we also have some matches from last week that are still available to watch if you'd like to catch up on what the Lone Tree Eagles have been doing on Valorant. And if you're also interested in some more content from XP League, we have our Scare Scrimmage that's going to be running. That's next week on Saturday. So make sure to contact Michael Johnson if you're interested in that, or you can also sign up for any individual event you'd like. And that is us signing off. Thank you very much.